Alright, we're gonna go through this. Yeah, right, this kind of window, always.
Oh, yeah.